You have no idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. This is episode 162, Candyman. So it is the Halloween season, so we decided that we are not going to do one, but we are going to do two horror movies back to back. So 162, Candyman, and then 163, you'll find out what that is soon enough in the future. So this is the 1992 horror movie starring Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen about a supernatural slasher character named Candyman who kills people in the Cabrini Green projects. This movie is very, very 90s and very decidedly black, which I appreciate. You two have seen this movie. I am a giant chicken when it comes to the horror movie, so I had never seen this because no. So I did watch it. So this was my first go round with this movie. It's apparently based on a Clive Barker story called The Forbidden. Look, I don't like horror movies. It's just not my genre of choice. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. It's super 90s. Like, it's wow. Like, the 90s was a very distinct time in filmmaking. But it works in a way that I didn't think it would. Like, it as a slasher film in the Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason movies kind of thing. Like, where it's just like, I show up and I just kill people and I just kill through a group of people until I reach the end kind of thing. This one was more about like a black dude just framing a white woman, which I thought was hilarious.
This was more of a thriller than a slasher movie.
Yeah, but I actually really enjoyed it. I see why it has the sort of cult following that it does. Now, I've obviously seen the other two movies, which I imagine are not nearly as good. But I did like the fact that he was just like, this dude was just framing her, like the whole time. I thought that was a clever way to portray it, of him going after really one person over and over again until driving her completely insane, which I enjoyed. So yeah, I thought it was really great.
This movie's okay. I in terms of slasher movies, it's not, like part of the fun of slasher movies is seeing the entity,
the slasher,
right? Like,
it does not have
and very inventive kills and stuff like that. Right. And this doesn't have that. This is just this nigga is rooting people up from the tutor to the rooter.
Yeah.
and
it's kind of fucked up.
It is. But I do like the character Candyman. And I think the backstory is very, very interesting, and it is, I kind of want to see the backstory told, and then like Candyman exacting revenge on the people that did the things that were done to him. But this movie felt like The Bone Collector for me. You know what I mean?
I've never seen that movie
with Angelina Jolie and Denzel Washington.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a decent thriller, but it's not a good slasher film. It's the best PSA that I've ever seen in my entire life. This is a PSA for white women. You need to mind your fucking business.
Yeah, that's right.
You need to stay out of black folks' business unless specifically asked. Yeah. Okay?
I think I'll just go to Cabrini Green. Don't do that.
Right. Her friend was like, what?
Bitch, what's wrong with you?
And she was black. Like, I don't even go there.
Yeah, so, mind your business.
Fine. Like, you sure about that?
That part I thought was funny. I was like, they'll just shoot you. Like, throw your body in a dumpster.
Nigga, there are some very interesting things that I will tell you about after we get to Terrence's take on the movie. But, yeah. Sorry.
I think it's been about 20 years since I've seen this movie. It's been a very long time.
Did you see this in theaters?
No, I was too young.
Okay.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not the best. Like, again, it's not necessarily a slasher movie. But I did enjoy like his whole backstory, which I'm like, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Chasing after a white woman, get your ass killed.
Yeah, that's why he came back. He was like, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid of all these bitches. Like, right.
I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Y'all get us killed. But like as far as like a technical standpoint, I mean, everything about the movie was just fine, right?
Yeah, it
like
was.
the acting was fine. Like the story, like I think the story was the best part of this horror movie.
Yeah,
which is really bizarre because that's not usually the fucking case.
Yeah, exactly the opposite.
Yeah, her white privilege was showing through this whole
Nigga.
I'm
She wore that shit like a
why would you do that?
I'm gonna go back in. No.
Of course, Tony Todd was great. Like he's always great.
He's got a great voice.
He really
that they
does.
really play up in this.
And the fact that he was just, like y'all said, he was framing this chick. I'm like, look, that's what you get.
Stay your ass away.
Stop. Mind your business, yo. Mind your business.
Right.
I'm gonna investigate the murder. Mind your business, yo.
Just stay at home. Just stay at home.
Like I wasn't bored. And again, I hadn't seen it in so long. I wanted to see it to its conclusion. So I mean, I guess that's the mark of a entertaining movie at the very least.
Sure.
Like this right down the middle for me. Like it's a fun watch.
Yeah.
If you're black, if you're a white woman.
Look, no,
Maybe,
you need to watch
You
it.
probably do need to watch this as a white woman. Like just stop it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of the fact that it was just like it was polar opposite of what I thought. I just assumed this black nigga gonna show up and just kill a bunch of people,
stabbing people,
right? And I was like, I'm fine with that. Like that is what I'm here for. But it was like, oh shit, this nigga just like sprinkling crack on people and bouncing. It's been like, good luck. Like I just thought that was a hilarious bend on the sort of slasher film.
The thing I appreciate, and which is why I don't necessarily categorize, another reason why I don't categorize this as like the stereotypical slasher film is that, you know, in the stereotypical slasher film, there is the hero girl, right? The hero girl, the white woman, the virgin who's pure while everybody else is fucking before marriage and Jason is killing them and shit, right?
So hates premarital sex.
Right. Like
Jason is like the original incel.
Right. Jason is the guy sent from heaven to fucking kill all these people who are having premarital sex.
Right. He's a really angry Christian. Like he's just super pissed. I don't like fucking before marriage.
But this movie doesn't have the hero girl. Like the girl that you think is the hero girl ain't the hero girl. So arguably it turns it on its head a little bit.
I mean, arguably it doesn't really have a hero at all. Like there is no. I mean, I guess in the last 2 seconds you could see it as that way, but I don't. Like there's really
everyone nobody to root for. Yeah,
there's no one. You're rooting for Tony Todd. You're like, yeah, that seems about right. Like, don't kill the baby, dog. That's
like,
fucked up.
Like, yo, why are you killing innocent people? They ain't like niggas ain't do nothing to you.
Yeah, he was like,
You know why I'm killing these innocent people? Because this white woman fucked up my legend.
Right.
If she'd have minded her fucking business, the baby would still be safe. Yeah. Mind your business.
Yo, my man was like, yo, you don't believe me? Fuck that. He just started murdering people.
Hell, this is all bullshit, is it?
It's like, oh, okay.
I'm
like, is it?
There was some controversy that the film was depicting racism and racial stereotypes.
Really?
According to Rose, quotes, actually I believe is one of the... Is it Bernard Rose who directed this film?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. According to the director, quote, I had to go and have a whole set of meetings with the NAACP because the producers were so worried. And what they said to me when they read the script was, why are we even having this meeting? You know, this is just good fun. Their argument was, why shouldn't a black character be a ghost? Why shouldn't a black character play Freddy Krueger or Hannibal Lecter? If you're saying that they can't be, it's really perverse. This is a horror movie. According to Virginia Madsen, quote, I was and am now worried about how people will respond. I don't think Spike Lee will like this film.
I don't think Spike Lee will like this film.
Yeah, just because you
just picked a black director out of a hat.
Because black, white people think that black people are so hypersensitive when it comes to stuff like this.
Sure. And, some are though. In
fairness, some are, and they yell the loudest. Yeah. But nah, like you want equality, like this is what equality is. Like black people can play anything. They can play characters and kill white people and not have it be about fucking
racism,
killing white people because they are white.
But it doesn't hurt if that is true.
I mean,
again, if you learn anything from this movie, frame white women for murders. No, I'm kidding. But or maybe, I don't know. No, what's also interesting about this film is I could totally see I can see his point of like people being like, oh, are people going to be upset and stuff like that. Yeah. I get that. But at the same time, like, because there's no hero, you're not rooting against the black dude. You're rooting for him.
Right.
Like, in a weird way, you're like, oh, shit, here comes Tony Todd. Yo, this is dope.
But,
and it became a cultural touchstone. People really like that character quite a lot.
Yeah.
Black people specifically.
And, with most slasher films, you understand that the hero character is supposed to win, but you're rooting for Jason. You're rooting for Freddy, because which sounds weird because Freddy is a fucking child molester. But you're rooting allegedly, but you're rooting for them because you want to see them kill people.
Right. Yeah. It does.
It's weird, right? It's weird,
yeah,
but
that's right.
But I don't know. This is a weird genre of film, and people who are hardcore into it are fucking weirdos.
Yeah, no, that is 100% true. I've never met somebody who's like super hardcore into horror movie who's been like a totally normal person. Like, I'm just like, okay, I was not expecting you to know that much about Jason murdering people. That seems odd. But I appreciate the nuance of the genre when things are done well. And I appreciate people who understand that nuance. Like, that's why for me it's just not a genre I really fuck with, because I am a coward. But also, I just don't see the nuance in a lot of those movies, and I have to admit that. And I'm not going to be like, oh, this is all stupid. Like, no, right. I mean, some of it is dumb. Like, I've seen plenty of horror movies, and I'm just like, no, that one was dumb. And
I've seen Freddy versus Jason. That's just dumb fun.
Right, it's just dumb fun.
There's no nuance to that.
Right, but I've seen Halloween H2O, which is just dumb. Like, it's just dumb. It's a dumb fuck movie. But I've also seen the original Halloween, which is a great film, right? Like, so there are great things in every genre. And it's interesting that this one that is so decidedly black takes the genre, or takes the sort of subgenre of this, like the slasher film, and kind of makes it its own thing. So I don't know. I truly appreciated that fact, that they didn't just kind of go by the numbers that they always do.
According to one of the producers, had Virginia Madsen, little sister to Michael Madsen.
Oh, really?
Yep. Had she been unavailable, the part of Helen would have most likely gone to a then unknown Sandra Bullock.
I can see it.
Huh.
I can see it. Yeah.
I like Sandy.
Yeah, because your eyes work.
Let's get started. The film opens with Candyman giving this really creepy voiceover, and as a swarm of bees fly all over Chicago. Helen Lyle, a Chicago psychology student, a grad student, who is researching urban legends, hears of a local story about the Candyman. The legend claims that Candyman can be summoned by saying his name 5 times while facing a mirror, whereupon he will kill the summoner with a hook jammed into the bloody stump of his right arm. So she's interviewing a bunch of kids at this college. she's essentially like a myth buster, like a skeptic, right? Mm-hmm. Like, she hears of this story of Candyman killing people in the Cabrini Green projects, and she's like, "There's no such thing as fucking ghosts. Right. Like, people are just."
I love how logical you are with that. You're like, no, ghosts are real.
They exist.
Including the Holy Ghost?
I don't know what that is. Well, the Bible is just made up, so why would the Holy Ghost be real?
Well, then why are other ghosts real?
Because I've seen them.
Oh my God!
The Cabrini Green projects, the same place that Good Times took place in.
That's correct.
Yeah. You want some trivia about the Cabrini Green projects? I was going to save it for when we got there, but I got a couple of pieces.
It was known as the most dangerous projects in the country for a while.
Yeah. You have no idea.
I read up more. I knew some things, but I read up on some stuff.
Of Chicago?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Where the fuck is it? Tony Todd got stung 23 times.
In the really
throughout the course of the 3 movies.
Oh,
and
wow.
he negotiated.
Were there real bees in his mouth at one point?
I really hope not.
I don't know if they were the real bees in his mouth, but he was stung, and he negotiated that he get $1,000 every time he was stung.
You know what? That's genius. See, get your buddy. 23.
23 over the course. Right.
Over the course of how many years, though?
Right.
Because it was 92, then the next one was 95.
Oh, across the entire franchise.
Across the entire franchise.
Hey,
yeah.
23 grand is 23 grand. I'll take that.
Yeah.
There's got to be like a solid buildup. Like one time he got bit like 10 times or stung like 10 times per movie. Yeah.
Because some of them sequences, I'm like, yo, doesn't he really have bees just crawling on his face?
No. I need more in the
Because I'm
grand.
not doing that.
No, I ain't doing that, yo.
CGI all this shit.
Like, Virginia Madsen was like, I'm allergic to bees, so I don't know if I want to do this.
Is that true?
Yeah, she's allergic to bees. Exterior hallway shots and stairway scenes at Cabrini Green were actually filmed for a few days there in the housing project, though the producers had to make a deal with the ruling gang members to put them in the movie as extras to ensure that the cast and crew will remain safe during filming. Even with this arrangement, a sniper put a bullet through the production van on the last day of filming.
Nigga, what?
Sniper? Gang members? Nigga, what the fuck?
Nope.
Nigga sitting on top
Fuck
of
this goddamn movie, yo.
This movie better be good.
I'm like, yo, that's bonkers. I'm like, you know what? Wrap it up. Fuck it. We're going. Fuck these niggas, yo. I ain't got time for this.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
All right. So during the investigation, Helen interviews a couple of cleaning ladies who tell her about Ruthie Jean, a resident of Cabrini Green, who they say was killed by Candyman. Helen's research turns up 25 other murders in the area similar to Ruthie Jean's. And later that evening, Helen and her friend Bernadette, skeptical of Candyman's existence, call Candyman's name into the mirror in Helen's bathroom, but nothing happened.
Look.
That shit real. Like, fuck you.
Right, like here's the thing. I don't think ghosts are real. I think that's ridiculous. But I also don't believe in tempting fate.
I ain't chancing it.
Nah, I'd be like, yeah, I'm good.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it was Helen's idea to start.
Oh,
to do
of course
that.
it was.
Of course, because she don't know how to mind her fucking business.
Yeah.
You don't mind your business, and you get your one black friend in trouble.
You know, I'm gonna save it. But I'm not doing that. And again, it's 2019, and ghosts are not real. But I'm not getting in. And Tony Todd is a real person. Like that nigga's an actor. Like, and I'm still not doing it. No, fuck that. Oh, you scared? Yeah, I'm scared. Nigga. Like,
I'm not doing it.
Like, fuck out of here.
So
I'm a child.
So I don't know if you remember while they were in the bathroom, tempting fate. They
poking a black bear.
Right. They pulled the medicine cabinet out.
Right.
And they said that this is probably how the killer was able to get into the room, right? They took out the wall and climbed through the medicine cabinet.
Right. No, so the point here is that her building was actually like a nice building in Chicago, was actually also built as a housing project. Mm-hmm. But she says that they realized when they built it that they didn't have a way to kind of box in the community like they do at Cabrini Green, where it's like the highway is right there and you kind of keep the poor on that side of town. So they decided to make some changes to the building, put some plaster over the cinder block walls, and like make it into these like luxury apartments.
Right.
So, but it still had the same issues.
It still had the same structural like positives and negatives.
Right. Also, call Holmes on Holmes. What kind of shady ass shit is this? Oh, we just put two medicine cabinets next to each other?
Right.
Put a wall there. No.
So this was 100% real. And while doing research for the film, the director learned that a series of murders had been committed in Chicago using this method of pulling the medicine cabinet out. Yeah.
No, yo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you'd have pulled the medicine cabinet down on your side, and there'd be bricks on my side. Like, get a mason in here. Like, nah.
I get a handheld mirror. Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I will be fine. Look, we can use some command strips. We just put it right on the wall. You'll never know. That is insane.
There's a lot of interesting stuff when it comes to this movie.
Yeah, that is not.
They just did not give a
like.
fuck.
I watched
a piece of shit.
Like I watched a lot of HGTV. This is wildly unacceptable. Property Brothers would not be okay with this. Those guys are douchebags.
Pull your goddamn mirror out and be able to go into somebody else's apartment. Yo, can you imagine that?
Yo, I would flip out if I
like
found
a shared door in a hotel. And shit.
Hey, yo, you got any cheese in there? Paste? Like, nigga, if you that is a super wild fact. Like, because that scene's in the movie, you're like, whatever movie.
That's stupid.
That's dumb. Right. They would never. Oh, damn, that's real? Shit. Yo, if you live in Chicago right now, yo, check your medicine cabinet. Like, I don't care if you live in a single family home. Check your medicine cabinet. Pull that shit off the wall. That's insane.
Wow.
No. Have either one of you guys ever been into a housing project?
Yeah, in Baltimore.
Yeah, I never have, but I have family, like extended family, that lives in New York that used to live in one, and I've seen pictures of the inside of their apartment. It's pretty ridiculous.
The one I went to
was not nice.
The one I went to, the outside was a piece of shit, right? But my cousin Duty, he kept a very clean place. You heard me.
Trying to slide over that one quick.
His nickname was Duty.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, right. And despite his name, he kept a very clean place. Like, I was super young, and I thought this was just like a really nice apartment.
Oh.
Nah. Yeah, I ain't know no better.
Cinder block walls?
Pikesville. Huh?
Cinder block walls?
No.
Oh, no, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about, we built a small little high rise and we shoved a couple of niggas in there. No, I mean like this. No, like, I have a distant cousin who lives in the Far Rockaways in New York, and like, they live in, it's like cinder block fucking apartments. Like, that shit is rough, man. Like you literally, like that whole idea of why do people in those housing projects act the way they do is because you stack them on top of each other like fucking animals.
Yeah,
like
you put them in fucking essentially
cages.
Yeah, jail cells and shit. Man.
Right. Like the fact that we put people in those things in cinder blocked walled apartments, and that's exactly what we use in jails, is like the level of fucked up, logic behind that is crazy. Like, you don't give a fuck about them as they're living there, and you just transfer you. Hey, you were in one cell, we just move you to another one down the street. Right. It's just fucked up. But apparently, Cabrini Green was torn down in '95, I think it was, or '97, or something like that. So, like, even those don't exist anymore, which is probably for the best.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Need people living in fucking cinder block.
Yeah. I mean, we remember. I'm sure you guys all remember when they detonated the ones downtown in Baltimore.
Like, because this shit ain't a set.
No, nigga, people live there.
Crazy.
It's
Right.
insane. Yeah, I hate. Like, I truly hate
that they walked by. Was those the gang members?
Yes.
Sup, girl?
Like, whoa, wait now.
You ain't getting no acting that good.
Those dudes were method.
Helen decides to write a thesis on how the residents of Cabrini Green are using Candyman's legend to cope with the hardships of living there because white woman. Because that's all it is, right?
It's all made up.
It's all made up. It's all in their head.
I mean, in fairness, if I heard people talking about just a random nigga showing up with a slave hook on his hand, I'd be like, all right, this is not real.
I mean, depending on where it is, If you're in Pikesville and you're like, oh, some nigga running around with a slave hook, like, all right, stop trying to get black people in trouble. Right? If you're in Cherry Hill and you're like, all right, I believe that shit. Right? I'm staying away.
I get it.
So she and Bernadette enter the housing project before they get there. Fucking Bernadette, the black friend, loads up like it's fucking commando because she's going to Cabrini Green, and Helen is like, is all that really necessary? And Bernadette, I'm paraphrasing here, bitch, of course it is. You know where the fuck we going?
Yo, the scenes of them driving up, it looks like a fucking war zone.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that we put people of color in these environments and expect them to live like normal people. Like it's unbelievable to me.
Like, nigga, this ain't a set, yo. Like, I'm looking at this shit. It's not a set.
I'd just like to point out in this scene, Bernadette looks a lot like your wife. She does.
She, I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce this woman's name. Kasi. How do you pronounce that?
Casey
Casey
That's what it
Lemons.
sounds like.
Yeah,
That's who that is.
Yeah.
Wait, she's the director.
Yeah, she's
directing
the
Harriet, right?
Yeah, she's directing Harriet.
Oh no
She
shit!
did Eve's Bayou.
She did Eve's Bayou.
Oh,
she's
yeah, you're
married
right.
to Vonda Curtis Hall.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. The nigga from Eve's Bayou with the fucking dreads and shit.
No, nigga,
Fucking
he didn't have,
Ravenhorn or whatever
no,
the
he
fuck.
had dreads, nigga. His hair was straightened. That shit looked insane. How she allowed that? That is I'm actually upset with her. In retrospect, how you ever allowed your husband to come out of the house like that? That lace front
I
wig on.
recognize the name. I'm like, that name looks familiar.
Yeah.
I literally just saw
That's the
name.
director.
Okay.
Oh, she did Talk to Me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Talk to Me was a great
cool.
movie. We did that.
Yep.
Okay.
So Salt and Pepper over here are going to investigate the scene of Ruthie Jane's murder.
Bacardi and Cola.
There they meet Anne Marie McCoy, one of the residents, who gives her account of the events surrounding Ruthie Jane's murder.
And she's just walking around with a Rottweiler.
Yeah, I didn't care for that. I didn't care for that at all.
That was the scariest part of the movie.
Yes, it was. Just fucking big ass devil dog.
I mean, that dog's kind of scary.
Like, why the fuck does this apartment have a window? Like, that's crazy.
You gotta make an escape.
Like, it's got a window that's facing the outer window. That's nuts.
It's fucking weird, man.
So this apartment that they go into with the disgusting bathroom,
Yo,
that's not a set. That has to be a set,
maybe they dirtied it up a little
right?
bit.
Because that
Maybe
was
they dirtied
just
it up.
filthy.
But
And when did this woman get killed?
Yeah, like
For the fucking tub to be that dirty. Like, come on, this shit happened like 9 years ago.
yeah, come on, yo. Just like nobody had Comet or Ajax on a Sunday morning. Nobody's mom played R&B and just made him clean the shit up. Come on, knock it off.
Let the comet set.
Yeah, you gotta give it 10 minutes.
I don't think that shit does anything.
No. Also, can we open a window? I can't fucking breathe in it. Yo, Black Parents really ain't give a fuck. This is industrial level shit. Like, why? Keep going.
so they're talking to Anne Marie, and at one point Anne Marie picks up her baby Anthony, and the fucking white woman wants to touch the baby. Don't touch other people's baby.
No,
yo.
don't do that.
Don't fucking do it. Don't even reach. Don't even breathe on them. Don't get too. Respect space, man. Respect
Nothing
space.
is funnier than nothing in this scene is funnier to me than where Marie's like, "This is my son. I keep like I watch him like a hawk." I'm like, "Yo, you were just in another apartment with a Rottweiler. Your baby is all the way in the apartment crying. Like, what the fuck? You are a terrible parent."
So after this scene, Helen, her husband Trevor, Bernadette are at dinner with Professor Purcell.
Ben Franklin.
Yeah, I'm like, this is
Nigga's
weird.
got this is the definition of a mullet. Yo.
Oh, his hair is
His
fucking
hair is
insane.
ridiculous, yo. Helen
when I helped found this country.
Helen plans to debunk Professor Purcell's theory on urban legends, specifically the one of Candyman.
Which is hilarious because he's just like, you don't even know nothing about Candyman.
Right. He
Like,
was like, yeah, what you know about Candyman?
he just started spitting hot facts at
He
it.
was like, we're gonna bury you. He was like, bitch, how? like, do you even know do you even know anything about him? She's like, I mean, I took some pictures.
She really didn't. She didn't come with shit.
He was just like, yo, bars. Like,
Background. Like, son of a slave, son of an artist. Like, she's like, oh. Take it easy, Ben. Take it easy.
So here's the exposition on
Colonial bars.
on Candyman. Helen learns from Purcell that Candyman was the son of a slave who became prosperous after developing a system for mass-producing shoes during the Civil War.
What a very odd. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Cotton gin.
Right.
Whatever.
He was the Eli Whitney of shoes. That's fine.
He grew up in polite society and became a well-known artist, sought after for his talent in producing portraits. After
and shoes?
And shoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was his father. That was
his father. I thought his father was.
His father was the shoe
magnate.
Shoe
and then, look.
He's the son of Steve Madden. Amazing.
After falling in love and fathering a child with a white woman.
Oh boy. This movie is decidedly very against interracial marriage. It's like, don't do that.
After knocking up this white woman in 1890, Candyman was set upon by a lynch mob hired by his lover's father. They cut off his painting hand and replaced it with a hook. Why you would do that?
I'm like,
I don't know why.
Give this nigga a weapon.
Okay.
He was
sock over. They just shoved it into his bloody
Yeah, they just
stump.
shoved it into his bloody stump for some reason. Like, I don't know what. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, here's something to come and kill us later with.
Like, I understand you need, like, your horror villain to have, like, a signature weapon, but...
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Like, he should have done it. Like, oh, I'm so angry.
Yeah.
Like Freddy Krueger got the glove.
Right.
He made that.
He made it. Yeah. For when he was killing children after he was diddling them. That guy was a fucking pedophile, yo.
Wild character.
And he's a goofball. He's a goofball pedophile.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta lure the kids in some way. Hey! It's terrible.
He was then smeared with honey stolen from I don't know what that word is. He was smeared with honey, attracting hungry bees, which stung him to death. And his corpse was burned in a pyre.
That doesn't make sense.
And his ashes were scattered across the area where Cabrini Green now stands.
That doesn't make sense. Bees make honey.
Yeah, they don't eat it.
Yeah. That's what they throw up.
Right.
You don't pour honey and bees are like, yeah, I can't wait to eat this honey. Like, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Whatever movie. Look, you nailed the medicine cabinets.
Right. You need a hook.
Right?
Like, you need a hook. All right, I get it. But at the same time, like...
Google bees. just Google bees. How do bees work?
I would have made more sense if one of the fucking white people was a beekeeper and just shot bees at him.
Yeah, like a bee gun. Right? Yeah, as they often used during slavery times.
Would the bees attract the honey? I mean, would the honey attract the bees? And when I'm watching, I'm like...
No, he should have been Ant-Man.
Right.
That doesn't... Okay.
Helen is back.
It's such a weird thing to get wrong. Like the fundamental to the villain. Like, I don't know, fucking pour honey on. Oh shit, bees, yo. That's not how that works. That's just stupid. But anyway, go ahead.
Helen is back at Cabrini Green to do some more investigating. There she meets a boy named One Take Jake.
Yeah, I don't like this kid.
One Take Jake was given the nickname One Take Jake because he was an incredible actor.
Yeah, he don't take direction.
He was able to read his lines perfectly.
I mean, he's really good. I don't trust this kid at all.
He's very good. He's very good.
No, this kid makes me uncomfortable.
This kid, I don't hate this kid as a child actor, and I hate child actors, but I don't hate this kid as a child actor. He seems very genuine. You know what I mean? Like he at one point, I'll
John
point it
Guy
out,
is his name.
He looks at Helen with like the uneasy, I don't trust you, bitch look. That every black man should have. But yeah, she meets a young boy named Jake. Jake tells Helen a story about a child who was castrated in a public restroom by Candyman. Because what the fuck, nigga? Like, I get it. You want us to be afraid of your supernatural character, but goddamn, yo, like killing children is the Like it's low hanging fruit, man.
Yeah. No.
Stop killing kids, for God's sakes.
Freddy.
While Helen explores the rundown restroom.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with this woman?
Mind your fucking business.
Yo, because at this point, this is no longer an urban legend, my nigga. Like this shit is real. Like, you going in a dirty bathroom? No, like we have gone past the point of no return.
Yeah, but she's trying to prove that, a ghost didn't do it. A real guy did it, right?
Yeah, she about to find out too.
I want to know when the hell this killing took place, because she goes in this restroom and it's still got all the blood and shit there.
Yeah, that place, like,
and it still smelled like a dead body, apparently.
Yeah.
And
I just opened that door. I'm like, oh, no. Enough of this.
Yo, it's got a toilet. Like in the toilet, they've got an arrow smeared, I guess, in poop and or blood, and it's just like, no, go right here. And she's just like, oh, okay, arrow, no problem. Like, mind your business, yo. Like you said, you don't have to take every direction offered to you. Look in this toilet. I think not. I say nay.
She looks in that toilet and there's nothing but a bunch of fucking bees in the toilet.
I'm gone.
I'm running out there.
Yo, I'm like the Kool-Aid man through that concrete wall. No.
So while Helen is in there minding other people's business, she is attacked by a gang leader who carries a hook and has assumed the moniker of Candyman.
I was like, who the fuck is Tony Todd? Get this guy. Which, by the way, is dope. Like, if I'm a gang leader, this is what I would do. Like, I'm totally just stealing this idea and just walking around calling myself the Candyman. That's kind of dope. Like, yeah, I'm gonna come through your medicine cabinet. Don't fuck around.
Are these actors?
No.
Because I don't.
Because that looks like one of Michael Jackson's brothers.
Maybe.
But
there are the rest of them niggas, and I'm like, nah, y'all still filming? I heard you looking for Candyman, bitch. Look, that sequence in the captain. When they had the recite that shit, I was rolling.
The very next scene.
Yeah. So she's attacked, and now she's at
he hit her in the side of the head with the hook.
Yeah,
like with the curve part. He was like,
he hit her with the curve part, and he fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Her fucking eye was just swollen. I'm like, God damn. So yeah, we get to she's attacked, and we cut to the police station where you see who does this fucking guy look like? The first dude looks kind of like Mr. Potato Head. If Mr. Potato Head was fucking black, right? Like a cross between Mr. Potato Head and Omar Gooding, right? The second one looks like a very young Ludacris.
A very old Ludacris. That's Ludacris' dad, yo. Knock it off.
This motherfucker, the guy who did it, looks like
the second one looked like DJ Premier.
That's funny.
And the last two guys look like fucking Ethiopian dudes.
No, this one dude looks like one of them. He is a missing Jackson brother. Like the dude who did it.
Yo, he looks like
Tito or some shit.
Jermaine. Like he looks like what Your Majesty will look like.
Your Majesty, yeah. I'm just saying that dude. He's like, I'm one of the Jackson brothers. I could not afford to get my nose done. Not yet.
Like, tell me that nigga don't look like DJ Premier.
Yeah, he does.
Oh shit! Yeah, he does.
He's like DJ Premier if he just didn't have the access to the amount of food that DJ Premier has.
God damn.
Yeah, they swole up her eye pretty fucking good.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Again, tried to tell you once, you wouldn't listen.
Helen survives the assault, able to identify her attacker to the police, who believe him to be responsible for the killings attributed to Candyman. Jake is afraid that Candyman will come and get him for interfering, but Helen assures him that Candyman isn't real. This is the scene where Jake gives Helen the side eye. Like, this is some serious ass side eye acting from a child to an adult.
I feel like they didn't tell Jake that Candyman wasn't real. And then he's just like, they were just showing him murdered bodies, and they were like, "No, this shit's real." And he was like, "Okay, I believe you." And then they brought this white woman on set, and she was like, "Candyman isn't real." He's like, "Bitch, I saw the photos. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Look
Look at that face.
Look at this face. Yeah.
No, he does not buy anything that Helen is saying. Like,
Bitch. I don't believe you, yo. I know what I saw. I saw Candyman come in there and fuck you up. I was watching. And then I ran. Because I'm a kid.
and I'm smart,
right. I'm minding my own goddamn business.
and I suggest you do the same. And I love that. Like, he's like, I like to think in my head, like, as he's having this conversation with her, he's got like a cup of like whatever. I assume he is just like black coffee. This black kid is just like, he's like, "No, bitch, it's real," and he just drinks coffee. Like, I'm trying to tell you this shit.
This kid's seeing some shit, boy.
Yeah, you would too. He lives in fucking Cabrini Green projects. He's not an actor. This kid still lives there. Actually, you can find him on Twitter. His name is Dewan Guy at Guy Dewan on Twitter. And his image is him holding the fucking hook as a kid.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that dude's like still promoting the movie. That's awesome. Good for him. They should also bring him back in the remake. Yeah, you should totally bring him back.
Yeah, why not? And have him play the same exact role. Like, yo, there was this bitch back in '92. She ain't fucking believe me, yo.
Try to tell you. Look, Yahya Abdul Mateen II is not playing. Run, nigga, run.
Some time has gone by enough that we find out that Helen is healed from her attack. We see a quick scene of her and Trevor eating dinner.
I don't like this guy.
Yeah, I don't like this guy either.
Good.
Trevor is a professor at the University of Illinois.
And she basically caught that nigga flirting with his student.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if you're gonna flirt openly, at least make sure your wife's not in the fucking class.
Yeah, no, how would you don't do it openly? How about that? How about,
or don't cheat on your wife? But you know, I guess that's 6 on one, half a dozen on the other.
So we see a scene of Helen and Bernadette going to their cars after work. Helen knows to Bernadette that it bugs her that 2 black people get murdered and the cops do nothing, but a white woman goes in there and gets attacked, and they lock the place down. And Bernadette is like, yeah, I know, I'm black, I get it. Right. You ain't telling me nothing.
Yeah, I'm out.
Right. I ain't want to go there in the first place, bitch. You the one who wanted to go there. So Bernadette gives Helen the pictures that were recovered from the camera after the attack, and says to Helen that some publishers are interested in their work. So Bernadette goes off to her car, which is on one floor. Helen goes to her car, some red 90s looking hatchback. And
you think it might have been a geostorm or no?
No, it doesn't look as good as a geostorm. All of a sudden, this pimp looking dude in fucking houndstooth slacks and a fur.
This is how you know this is not your run of the mill slasher film. So Jason is not wearing houndstooth slacks ever. Black people were like, nah, fuck that.
And he's got his fucking b-boy pose and shit, just like with his hands behind his back and shit, just like, what's up, girl? Helen. What's up, Helen? Like, all right, yo. All right. This is the real Candyman. The real Candyman confronts her, and he explains that since Helen has been minding his business, his legend has been discredited, and now he must shed innocent blood to perpetuate belief in himself and continue his existence. Helen is transfixed by this, right? And according to the filmmakers, Virginia Madsen was hypnotized and given a trigger phrase on the set for her scenes with Candyman.
Shut up.
So that, she can really be like entranced or whatever.
Nigga, you believe in ghosts, but you don't believe in hypnotism?
I mean, look, I didn't say I didn't believe it. I'm just saying that's a little strange.
And by the way, you read that on what, Wikipedia?
On IMDb.
Yeah, that's bullshit. She was dickmatized. She was it's a white woman, a large black man. I've seen enough adult films on procreation to know what's happening here. This is the first episode of Blacked. Went a different way.
Every time she sees that face, she's like hypnotized. Yeah. Because she on the wall when she first saw it, the big mural on the wall, which we kind of skipped over.
Yeah.
She did the same thing.
And then shit goes fucking left in the framing of White Woman begins. It's great.
Yeah, so she blacks out, right? And she wakes up in Anne-Marie's apartment in Cabrini Green, covered in blood. Anne-Marie, whose dog has been decapitated.
Yeah.
Yo, this is fucking disturbing.
It was amazing.
You're such an asshole.
This is and what the fuck does this woman do? She picks up the goddamn cleaver. Why would you pick up the cleaver, yo?
Yo, yeah, like, oh shit, there's a bloody weapon.
Yeah, like she's covered in blood. A headless dog just chilling.
I need to pick up this weapon.
Right. Let me pick up this fucking weapon. And she goes to snoop, right? Instead of just getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, no, I would have just run.
I would have ran the fuck out of there. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I hear somebody screaming. There's a bloody dog right there. Nah, yo, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And but no, she picks up a cleaver and walks into Anne-Marie's baby's room where the screaming is coming from, and proceeds to say, "Hey, what's wrong?" And now this Anne-Marie is hysterical because her baby is missing, right? So, and she sees a woman covered in blood with a bloody cleaver in her hand. What the fuck you think she's gonna do? She's gonna
I'm trying to murder you right there.
Right, she's gonna come after him, right? So the two of them have a fight. Helen tries to defend herself, according to Wikipedia. Nah, she ain't trying to defend herself. She needs to get the fuck out of there. She hacks off a piece of Anne-Marie's arm with the cleaver. Like, goddamn, bitch.
She was like, "Stop choking me!" Clink. Oh, and it's one of those like squib shots.
Right, that's not okay. That's not how that works. But
I love how she's like, "Calm down, bitch! I'll kill you! I kill you!" like relax.
Yeah, blood is not like pressurized in the human body. Yo. The shit don't just.
You don't know that. Like how the human body is made. Like all the blood is right under the surface, and like after God makes you, I guess, like it's like a balloon. Like he just ties it. That's where your belly button is. He just ties it real tight and just like, don't let any air out. And yeah, then the second you get punctured, it just comes firing out of you, like heart, Fist of the North Star.
Your heart has to be pumping like your heart has to be pumping faster than you pump gas for your fucking blood to just splurt out like that. Shit is ridiculous.
I've watched enough anime to know that's not true.
Cops barge in and Helen is taken away. Helen is strip searched.
This was not as hot as I wanted it to be.
Yeah, it wasn't hot at all, yo. It's just this woman going topless. She's crying and like, "Can I please go and
take a shower?
Get the blood off of me?" Take your bra off, bitch.
Yeah, the female cop is just not interested in any of the bullshit. She's gonna say, "Brazier,
take your shirt off, slide it across the floor,
lift your titty on the titty." Like, make sure you got no weapons under there. I was like, she ain't got no weapons.
No, they ain't that big.
They're nice.
They're fine.
They're fine.
You ain't holding no weapon under there.
Nah. But it's fucked up. Like it is a decidedly bizarre scene. Like it just is.
Helen has read her rights and explained, and the cops explained what happened, how they see it, right? That they essentially say, "Hey, you came in, you on, PCP or whatever, you decapitated a dog."
Yeah, you know how much strength you would need to decapitate a dog with a cleaver? It's a Rottweiler, my nigga. You hit a Rottweiler with a cleaver, you better run.
Yeah, you better snap it off.
Yeah.
You ain't getting a second chance.
Nigga, it took Conan the Barbarian 2 swings to cut the head off of a giant snake. Apparently, Susie White Woman was just like, whoop, one shot kill. Wow.
Is the black dude Detective Valento? Because I was slightly intrigued by that. Did they say his name?
I don't
Did
think
she
so.
ever call him Valento? Like, because I need to speak to Detective Valento. And that's kind of like the only person that she spoke with as far as the...
Kind of Italian-ass name is that?
That might be him.
black
You
person?
don't know. Stop hating, Terrence.
I mean, I guess it's him. That's who she asked to speak with before because... I don't know no niggas named Valento.
She probably wanted to speak with a white person and just found like the closest white, cop. That's because that's all she could remember. Because we don't remember the black guy's name.
No, all I know is that nigga looks like a cut. Maybe there's also another white cop there. So maybe that's him.
Yeah, and she wants to speak to the white person because
she didn't want to speak to fucking
when push comes
great
to
value
shove,
Bill Cosby over there.
when push comes to shove, white women will fucking I don't care how liberal you are, you're gonna run back.
No, that's him. I just looked him up.
Valento?
Detective Nigga Valento.
I'm pretty sure that's not his first name.
I mean, that's why they only said his last name.
You're gonna go by first name? I feel like we might have to get a hard R rating for that.
Yo, Frank Valento.
All right, yeah. I mean,
Come on, they were supposed to get a white person. They were like, we need to get a black person.
And they kind of
they got a black person. Come on now.
It's Tony Todd's fucking cousin and shit. I'll do your movie, but you got to give me $1,000 for every bee sting, and you got to give a part to my cousin.
Frank
Pick one.
Gilbert Lewis.
Like, all right, you Frank Valento. What? You gonna change your name? Nah, it's already in the script. We ain't got that all right.
Helen asks for her phone call. She can't get a hold of Trevor because Trevor is too busy blowing the back out of some fucking co-ed in college, but you don't know that yet.
Yeah, that's fucked up. She calls this dude at 3 a.m, bloody titties, and this nigga don't pick up. Yo, where are you, yo?
Right. And it was one of them answer machines that like could play the message. It was like, yo, pick up, yo. You see, kids, back in the day when you couldn't get a hold of somebody, they had machines that were hooked to the phones that took messages for you, and they had little cassette tapes in them. And then it was like a speaker, right? Like you would leave a voicemail, but you could actually hear it in your house. Like it was wild. Like, please pick up the phone. Hurry up. I'm in jail.
Like on a cell phone? It's crazy. These have batteries and cell phones?
It's wild, isn't it? Amazing. She can't get a hold of Trevor. So she's in her cell. She has visions of the missing baby, Anne-Marie, and Candyman. Trevor eventually bails her out. Helen meets with her lawyer and Trevor, and Helen says, they say that she hasn't been charged yet because the cops think they can find the body. If they can find the body, they can hit her up for murder.
The body of the baby, you're saying?
Yeah, the body of the baby. Yeah. The body of the missing baby. The baby is missing, and that's all that matters at this point.
Yeah, not about her lopping the head off of a dog.
Yeah.
See? Michael Vick hates this movie. He's like, what did I do? I didn't fucking do this. Can I come back?
Because this is a horror movie or a slasher movie, technically, we need to see titties. So here's
good.
some clean titties in the bathroom from Michael Madsen's sister.
Yeah, those are not the titties I mean, they're fine, but
They're fine.
there are some co-ed boobs later on that are pretty out there. So I thought that was all right.
Yes. Later at home, Helen is looking at the recovered photos, and suddenly,
While drinking a Budweiser out of a can.
oh, is she? Damn. Sorry, I'm fast forwarding through this movie.
That is fine.
Because there's a lot of like quiet moments in this film.
Yeah, it does deal far more with like the psychological aspects of Helen like literally losing her mind far more than just like run, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Like,
Yeah.
which is surprising to me.
Like there doesn't seem to be like too many deaths via Candyman here, right?
What is it? Like 3 or 4?
That's it.
Yeah, it's not many.
So
Shit, Jason, he just murdering everybody. He can get his hands.
that's fucking first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
In a traditional slasher film, but suddenly Candyman appears to Helen, and he cuts her neck, causing her to bleed to the point of unconsciousness.
So girl.
While she is being tormented by Candyman, Bernadette appears, because she's being a good friend.
Nope.
And
she's dressed like a black blossom. Fucking going on with that hat. Again, this movie is decidedly 90s.
She comes in and because she wants to give her friend flowers because her friend has had a bad go of it, and instead of minding her business,
that was weird. I'm like,
a bad go at it. Bitch, your friend got caught cutting the head off a dog. I'm not bringing you flowers, you psycho.
Instead of minding her business, she decides that she wants to bring her friend flowers.
You bringing me anything?
Nope.
Anything if I get caught cutting the head off of someone's dog?
I don't want to come here every week to do this fucking podcast. I'm damn sure not coming over here.
How dare you? How dare you?
Now, if you cut the head off of someone's dog, I will mail you a thank you card.
Okay, that's fair.
But I ain't coming all the way over here just for that.
Yeah, I mean that's an hour drive.
Right, like that's 40 miles away, man. That's a bit of a hike. Just to tell you, attaboy.
You done good.
I can messenger that shit.
That's fucked up.
Bernadette appears at the apartment and is murdered by Candyman, who frames Helen for the murder.
Yeah, dude, I love this. I love it. Not that I love Bernadette dying. That was sad, I guess. But yeah, like, look, you gotta frame these chicks, man. Like, you can't let them just do whatever they want. And I like that she wakes up and she's like, what's her boyfriend's name?
Trevor.
She's like, Trevor, where are you? And then she closes his eyes and the cop is there like, give this bitch some drugs. And then apparently they just keep her unconscious at the scene while they're just dealing with Bernadette in the other room. She's knocked out. Take her ass out of there. She wakes up, runs out. She's like, oh shit, Bernadette.
Trevor walks in and like, yo, what the fuck is your problem? Like, twice? All right, now fuck that. Something's wrong with you.
He was like, look, I didn't care for the Rottweiler. I get it. Damn, I thought your black friend was pretty hot. Now she's apparently gray because
how long was that body there?
Yeah,
God,
like,
damn.
That's very much in like the cheap Hollywood or like horror Hollywood effects. They're like, let's show rigor mortis by making them a zombie. Okay, Bernadette has been dead for 9 minutes. Drained all the blood out of her.
So Helen is sedated and placed in a psychiatric hospital.
And this dude is still there, like, holding her hand, like, oh, you're gonna make it. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
I'd have went up to her and be like, I want a divorce. And then just roll out, like, fuck that.
Nah, I'd have done like Newt Gingrich. I would have just bounced. I would.
Damn.
Oh, you in the hospital? I got a new girlfriend.
Oh, that cancer got you?
Ooh, girl, yeah, I gotta go.
That's some scumbag shit.
Newt Gingrich is a complete piece of shit. He waited until his wife was in damn near in hospice. You fucking piece of shit.
I think Batista did some shit like that. He cheated on his wife when even though she had cancer or some shit like that.
That's not a good look.
God damn, dude. What the fuck is your problem, yo?
Like, I'm not getting laid. It's important, I guess.
So Helen is at the hospital. She gets a vision from Candyman. This nigga is fucking floating and shit over top of her and shit. I think you're right. I think this is the first blacked video. Like, this nigga is just floating over top of her and shit. And the way the camera is shot, it's shot from like the neck up for her. And she's screaming and shit. And I'm looking at it without the sound right now. And it's like, weird. Oh, wait a minute. You turned on by this?
Yeah, like it's like the pre-cell phone, when she does the call in the beginning. Oh, I met this guy.
Right.
He's got a hook for a hand.
I met this guy at a parking lot. He was dressed really well. He had a hook for a hand, which was kind of weird, but
I was into it.
Nigga, the thing, there's one scene at the end of this fucking movie. Jesus Christ, yo. What the fuck? Yo, all right. We'll get to it, because goddamn. That motherfucker knows what he's doing with that hook, apparently. After 1 month, is there anything else you want to talk about this thing? Because I'm getting ready to jump towards. We're getting ready.
No, he just kind of sinks into the floor, and she's
like, he's under the bed. He's under the bed.
They're like, no. But what's really super weird about that whole sequence is
the sequence when they inject her with whatever the fuck. That shit just missed.
Yeah, it did. It did.
It just like slid on her arm. Like, yo, that is not how you inject someone with anything.
She was just like, got it, nailed it. Look, we got one take. One take, Jake's here. Let's get it done. But that whole sequence is really, really quite funny. Just him floating is just hilarious. But it's like a decidedly, again, like a very weird thing. But I find the idea of waking up in restraints.
Nope.
You couldn't even. I could not be an actor in that scene because I would freak out. I have a claustrophobia. Not like crazy, but like I don't even like people who close talk.
Yeah.
But the idea of like not being able to move, where I feel like somebody would just like stick me with a knife or something, that makes me very uncomfortable.
Like not even that thought, just like the fact that I can't move.
Ugh.
Like I didn't like that at all.
No.
I don't like these sequences in any movies when people are restrained.
No,
I would lose my fucking mind.
Like my least favorite / favorite of those moments is in Terminator 2, where she wakes up and she's fucking restrained and everything else. The only reason why I hate that scene, the only reason why I like it is because she gets loose and beats the brakes off of that one dude with like a mop handle. I'm like, that would be me. Like, you got to get hurt real bad. Yeah, I don't like any of that.
After 1 month stay at the hospital, Helen is interviewed by a psychiatrist.
I love this scene.
In preparation for her upcoming trial. She attempts to prove her innocence by summoning Candyman, by looking in a mirror and saying his name 5 times, right? And it doesn't look like anything happened. And the psychiatrist is like, right? Does the thing the psychiatrists do when every time you say anything, they fucking write something down. And then you're like, what the fuck you write down? She's like, oh no, what's wrong? Why are you so violent? I'm not violent. I just want to know what the fuck you wrote down. He's like, okay. Stop writing shit down.
Violent outbursts. Okay.
That seems wildly personal, but okay.
This guy looks kind of like Christian Bale as Dick Cheney to me.
That's funny.
And it is
that's fucking
it's very amusing.
Great value, George Costanza.
So she summons Candyman, and the dude is like, okay, Candyman, yep, nothing happened. And all of a sudden, he feels a tingle in his butthole. It's because there's a hook in it. And that hook goes right up through his fucking spine. Because fuck you.
It feels really unfortunate.
Yo, Tony Todd is a creepy looking dude, man.
Yeah, and then he frees her from her restraints. And you know what? Why don't you explain it?
That shit was hilarious. The way...
The way he leaves the room is just so funny to me.
So, Candyman fucking
reverse cannonballed his way out the fuck.
Yeah, yo, like, what the fuck?
Like, okay, sure.
I laughed my ass off so I saw that.
I know you're an ethereal being, but goddamn, yo.
Fuck this window.
Yeah, that shit is really funny. It's just like, I've got to go.
I need people to leave rooms like that from now on. Just be like,
they had his ass on like one of those like J hooks, and they're like, you ready? Oh my god! Like the behind the scenes of that must have looked ridiculous. Oh man, so good.
So
he breaks out of the window.
He busts through the window, and Helen is like, "Oh, I can use this opportunity to scale the building." So she gets out.
So I won't look guilty at all.
I won't look. No. This is commonplace here at this hospital in Chicago. Jesus Christ. She raps on the door. First of all, why you're in a hospital, man? Like, windows aren't supposed to open. Like, they're really not supposed to open at all.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing.
And
she should have done a normal cannonball through them.
And so she raps on the window to the room next door, and the nurse who was attending a patient, she goes over and opens the window again.
Right?
Not
what?
supposed to fucking open. Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, is anything wrong? Oh shit!
Like, oh shit! There's a patient scaling the building." Okay, this is weird.
And this nurse is built like a wrestling referee because fucking Helen jumps on her and she's just unconscious. She's knocked the fuck out.
Her head touched the ground and she was gone. Like that. It's like magic.
So she
wait a minute.
She starts to
wait a minute. She hits the back of her head, but Helen rolls her over to her back.
Right.
Like, what? Okay.
So Helen is taking off the nurse's clothes so she can wear them, and the patient is just sitting there. And that patient
turns out that was a great observation. Wow, yeah, that's really ridiculous. Like, that's funny.
The patient looks like
nigga.
I like to think like he's like a crazy person, just like, is all of this real?
It's like, am I wilding or not?
They come to check him later. He's like, yo, there was a woman who flew through the window, knocked her down.
I'm sure. Shut up.
Yeah, okay.
Have another one of these missed shots. It's fine. Oh man, I love this. This is so good.
Helen returns home to briefly confronts Trevor, who is now living with Stacy, one of the female undergrads.
Yeah, at this point the fucking apartment is pink. She's painting the apartment. Is this the?
Yeah.
Ew.
Would fuck her up if I was Helen just for that fact. I'm like, yo, why does my apartment look like a Pepto-Bismol bag? Like, what is wrong with you?
She was fucking gross.
To quote my biological father, one of the greatest things he's ever said, give a nigga a can of painting and fuck a house up. Like, 100% true.
Yo, this shit looks terrible.
Yo, who paints the entire house?
The whole fucking house? She walked in like, yo, what the fuck?
She was like,
she was mad about that.
Color scheme.
Yeah, that's what she was more mad about than he was fucking this girl. She's like, yo, you ain't even pick a bitch with taste?
Yeah,
like,
this is just awful.
Again, the Property Brothers would not be pleased with this.
So yeah, Helen is pissed. She is she's pretty much going crazy at this point.
Yeah, the girlfriend freaked as soon as she turned around.
Yo, the girlfriend, she did that fucking white woman thing where it's just like, danger, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Cry.
Yeah.
Like instant.
Yo, you got a weapon in your hand. I just like,
right. Like, goddamn, yo. Like,
it was instant. Like, as soon as she saw her face, she started crying. I'm like, damn. Like, it didn't even, like, it took that quick to register.
I mean, in fairness to her, like, what she's heard is this bitch lopped the head off a Rottweiler, killed a baby, and she don't even know about the dude she just murdered and then flew reverse cannonball out of a window. She don't even know about that.
But that's the thing, right? Like,
Helen is a terrifying individual.
Like, human beings have fight or flight. It's not fight or flight or cry. What the fuck? You either fucking go after her or run away.
Right.
What the fuck?
She turned around and just started
crying. She just immediately started crying.
Damn, bitch. Like,
no. I'd have tried to hit Helen with something.
No spine.
She didn't even call for Trevor. She was just like, oh, shit. Right.
And Trevor was like, all right, what is it now, bitch? Goddamn. It's a good thing you give good. Hey. What are you doing here?
What the fuck? So about the apartment.
So Helen runs away to Cabrini Green to confront Candyman and locate baby Anthony.
I'm sorry, I'm still in this part. She's like, I gotta call the cops. She's like, go ahead, call them. She's
like, call him, bitch.
Like, damn, bitch, yo, relax. like
I wasn't even gonna kill. Like, I wasn't gonna kill you, but I might now out of spite.
There's like there's two of y'all. Like, I feel like y'all could take her. if need be.
I'd throw Helen's ass right out that window. Are you kidding me? Also, what kind of grown ass man is okay living in a pink apartment?
I'm not.
Nah,
Yo. And look, I am a decidedly very liberal guy. If I came home, my wife painted our entire house pink. I'd be like, yo, let me check. Get the thermometer. Yo, you're having a fever dream, yo. Knock it off. I do know somebody who went to work. A guy I used to know. Was related to my ex. He went to work and he came home and his wife had painted their entire bedroom that color pink. And he was like, whatever. I'm like, whatever. No. Nope. Unacceptable behavior.
Nah, yo, that's what you paint a fucking 4-year-old white girl's room. Like,
no, yo, I'm not even painting my daughter's room that.
Not the whole fucking apartment.
No, yo.
Even the maintenance friend probably walked in and like, yo, what the fuck did y'all niggas do? Like, this is like, we gotta repaint this.
This goes against your lease.
Yeah, right.
So Helen goes to Cabrini Green to locate baby Anthony, and she finds murals depicting Candyman's backstory, basically. Eventually, Helen tracks down Candyman, right? And
He's just hanging out.
That nigga is just chilling like a fucking vampire and shit, just laying down. He's doing that. He's doing that fake sleep, like he's trying to make a fantasy happen and shit. So he's fucking laying down, like, all right. I'm gonna just close my eyes. I'm gonna close my eyes and have my dick out. See what happens. Hopefully she'll get the message and then wake me up.
Oh shit, you got me. That's fucking hilarious. Again, seems wildly personal, but whatever.
Well, his fantasy didn't come true the way he thought it was.
That ain't what you was about to say.
Helen comes in and she stabs this nigga.
I get it.
And he was like, ow, what the fuck? Like, no, don't do that. Surrender.
Ow. Bitch, I'm a ghost.
Right. What the fuck you think that's going to do? Like, look, this is what you did, right? Like, you stabbed me in the chest. This is all you did. And he opens his chest. He opens his coat, and you see his rib cage is missing. There's a bunch of bees in there. He's like, bitch, you just made the bees mad. So you can either get stung by a bunch of fucking bees, or you can come in and surrender to me and ensure the baby's safety. And he picks her up, and he puts her on an altar, right? And this nigga takes his fucking finger popping hook and starts to finger blast Helen with a bloody hook on a stump.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
And then Helen at first is like, but then the nigga grosses her out and shit and just opens his mouth and bees start coming out and shit. It's like, oh, I was with it for a minute. But then you put the fucking animal play into it. And I'm just like, nah, yo, I can't deal with this. This is wild even for me, and I'm white. I'll do anything.
Oh my god. No, yo, like, bugs are gross.
Yeah.
After Candyman kisses Helen with his bee breath, she becomes unconscious. Candyman vanishes with Anthony, and Helen finds a mural of Candyman alongside his lover, Caroline, who looks very, very similar to Helen. You see, this was a love story all along.
That is disturbing.
And Candyman left a message to Helen, implying that Helen is the reincarnation of Caroline.
Dun, 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 dun.
Helen walks out of the projects, and she hears the baby crying in a pyre, right? Like it looked like everybody in Cabrini Green got evicted, and they threw all this shit
trash.
up.
What the fuck?
Right. Now, they said in the beginning of the movie that like there's going to be a bonfire.
Yeah.
So they threw all this fucking flammable shit.
That's not acceptable, guys.
So
what about the environment?
She goes in. She goes into the pyre to try and rescue the baby. And again, not minding her business, yo. I Candyman promises to release Anthony if Helen helps him incite fear amongst Cabrini Green's residents. However, in order to feed his own legend, Candyman reneges and attempts to immolate thank you. I can't read, guys. Them all in the bonfire, which is lit by the residents. Helen stabs Candyman with a flaming stick. I don't know why this worked, and the scissors did that.
That made no sense.
All right,
they were just like, we got to wrap this up.
Candyman is, and she manages to save Anthony while Candyman is being burned to death, because you can burn ghosts, I guess.
And she's also on fire, by the way.
And she is on fire, right? Because she's trapped in that thing, in that burning pyre, and she's trying to. She's crawling out. She stopped, dropping, and rolling. She's fucking, doing the solid snake prone, like trying to inchworm her way out. And she does so with the baby, but her hair catches on fire and shit. And
that was wild.
All her fucking clothes get burnt up and shit. And she gets the baby out, but she ultimately dies from her wounds, from her burn wounds.
Yeah, she looked like Fire Marshal Bill when she got out. And then they for some reason had an open casket, which seems weird. And the thought that the dude was with was that the funeral? Like, bitch,
that's very fucked up.
Yeah, she's like, don't worry, I'll be giving it to you when you get home when you're sad.
Let me bring the bitch that I was cheating on you with to the.
I wonder if they had a woman do this stunt, or if it was a man in a wig. The fire stunt, yeah. As she was crawling out, because you could see the flame gel, legs and shit like that.
Well, as I heard the other day. What was it? I think in Hollywood, a woman, if a woman needs to jump off a building, it should be played by a woman pretending to be a woman pretending to jump off a building. I'm just saying, I'm here for that. Yeah, it should be a woman.
Like, did they not see this woman? Like, as she was screaming, like, help me?
They were just like, burn it!
Fuck it. White woman. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think they were like, ain't this that bitch that was minding all of our business?
Right.
Yeah,
what you doing in there?
I'm like, yo, remember when she killed the fucking Rottweiler on the 14th floor? Fuck that bitch. Let her go. Who cares?
So the residents at the funeral, all of the residents, including Anne Marie and Jake, pay their respect at her funeral, with Jake tossing Candyman's hook into her grave.
I didn't get that.
I feel like why would you? Oh, okay.
How does he have the hook?
He obviously dug through the garbage.
But it's a ghost hook. How did he pick it? When Candyman died, like, was his jacket real then? Like, could you just get the fur burnt jacket on and be like, yo, this is Tony Todd's jacket?
Apparently he was real, because he brought the baby to the pyre, right?
Yeah, he was real. How the hell did he break that window when he fucking cannonballed out that bitch?
You're right. He didn't go through it. He went through it.
I don't understand Candyman's powers.
He's a real person that can be set ablaze. It's like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not. Depends on what the script calls for.
Yeah. He's a ghost man.
Here's an epilogue to the story.
Whoa. There is an ending.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying something after that. Go ahead.
Oh, no, not after the credits, but like the story's over with Helen, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody gives a fuck about these other people.
Is it though?
And Trevor,
fucking apartment is ugly as fuck.
Yeah, she really ruined it.
It was just unacceptable.
Trevor, in grief and guilt over Helen's death and the fact that he cheated on her right before he died and didn't stick by his wife, faces the bathroom mirror.
Yeah, they were married.
They were married.
Oh, okay.
Faces his bathroom mirror, and he says Helen's name, coincidentally, 5 times. And all of a sudden, bam! Helen's vengeful spirit is summoned.
Can we scoot back just a second? Why is the chick that he's with just walking around with
no fucking bra?
Yo, just nipples akimbo. It's just, I
did not realize that. Huh.
You didn't? Wow.
No, I didn't.
I didn't even notice the rest of the scene. I was just like, yo, these nipples are.
She had a face.
Yeah, I was like, these nipples are right up front. Like, it was just really weird that they were like, no. We're going to turn the AC all the way up. And you're going to wear no bra in this scene. Is there a reason? Yeah, it's for, just take your shirt off. Who cares? I don't know.
Artistic mumbo jumbo.
Bullshit.
You're lucky, you're lucky we don't have you walking around topless, bitch. Now, do you want this paycheck or not?
Yeah. Finish painting my apartment.
I really did not. That's how little I pay attention to white women. Like, I did not notice that.
I noticed boobs. And she's very rude as she's taking out, I guess, a steak out of the refrigerator. It's like, one, that looks terrible. So, yeah.
Sending is fucking stupid. The very, second to last shot is dumb. But, what's his name is, Trevor is grief-stricken. He's just like, oh, Helen. And all of a sudden, kabam! Here comes fucking Helen in a terrible fucking haircut.
That's not a haircut. That's her burnt head.
That's her burnt head? I thought she had a wig.
It's not a wig.
I thought that was a wig.
No, yeah.
Like when they made her up, I thought that's what she looked like when she was in the coffin.
Yeah, they put flowers around the crown of her head because all of her hair got burnt off.
Right.
That's her burnt head?
Yeah.
You thought it was a wig?
I thought it was like
she was like Lisa Stansfield or something.
I was like, I was like, this shit looks fucking terrible. Shit looks like a burnt skin. What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, it turns out. Yeah, it's like Freddy Krueger's head.
Well, there you go. Her and her burnt ass head comes up, and she uses the hook that Jake, who is now an accessory to murder, gave her.
One take, Jake.
And she kills Trevor. And then this stupid bitch is like holding a butcher knife for some strange reason. And
this dude is just in the bathroom by himself, by the way.
Right. And she's just like, she walks in and just like,
yeah, I'm like, okay.
Like, all right, but like, Helen, that doesn't really frame her because she can just put the knife down and call the cops because my boyfriend's dead. I don't know. This says here that Helen is trying to frame.
I mean, that's that's going to be a strange thing to fucking try to tell the cops. Like, yeah,
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
He went in.
He went in. He got split from his fucking anus to his fucking chest. He did it himself.
He tripped and slipped on some toilet paper.
How do you explain that to the cops? And you're the only one in there.
No, you just run.
Nah, well, she ain't gonna run. She's gonna sit there and cry.
That's what she does.
As the credits roll in Candyman's former lair, a new mural of Helen with her hair ablaze is seen, showing that she has now entered folklore. Fade to black.
All right. Any thoughts? Changing thoughts on this?
Yeah, the white women in this movie are fucking dumb. And they need to mind their business.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is the greatest PSA of all time.
Let me see if there's anything else interesting while you guys give your takes.
Terrence?
No, nothing changed. It was fine. Like, that ending was a little ridiculous. Doesn't really make a lot of sense.
It really doesn't.
Because now is she? So how is her legend going to start?
She's Candy Woman.
Candy Woman.
Yeah.
Candy Lady.
Candy Broad. That word is funny to me. It just is.
Candy Broad. Look, is she in the other movies? Does she show up?
I've only seen the first. I've only seen the first Candyman. Generally, with horror films, they get worse as they go along.
That is correct.
So, and usually the first one has some sort of, like you were talking earlier, has some sort of like underlying like social message in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas the sequels are just like the fun that everybody wants. You know? Right. Like Jason 10 was Jason in space, for fuck's sake. Like,
just dumb.
Or just stupid. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. If you like this movie, go visit the trivia page for IMDb. A lot of interesting stuff is here. But yeah, this movie was all right. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's nice to see black people being able to kill indiscriminately and it being fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need an updated Candyman though. I need this updated Candyman. I need for him to not be a slave. I need like Freddie Gray to be Candyman. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Like I would being someone who was either
murdered by police or something.
Yeah, like killed unjustly by the cops or like that's what I need the new Candyman.
I would like that. Where then he starts going after corrupt cops.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele, I think, would have the balls to do it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see out of a new Candyman. So we know you're listening, Jordan.
Yes.
You can have that one for free. Just, you can give us a story credit and we'll be fine.
Yeah. The niggas from Black on Black Cinema. Just put that on your Wikipedia page. We'll take it, by the way. Absolutely. And if you could just write it exactly like that, like in the opening of the movie, that would be wonderful.
Based on a story by the niggas from Black on Black Cinema.
Yes. What? That's all we need. We made it, y'all. Big time. All right. That's it for episode 162, Candyman. And we will see you guys next week for another preview episode.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.